Welcome to today's Vinyasa flow. We're going to begin in a child's pose towards the back of our mat, head resting on the mat or a block or pillow, bum resting on the heels, and we're going to take our arms to the sides of our legs, hands by our feet. Begin to deepen your breaths, keeping your inhales and exhales even and long. In today's flow, we're going to be working our way up into breath to movement. So we're going to be moving on its inhales and exhales at our breath pace. Take the arms up above the head now, planting them on the mat, and then letting the forehead rest back down on the mat. Taking a little stretch in the armpits, but letting the elbows rest on the mat for a minute. Slowly start to inch your fingers further up towards the top edge of your mat, lengthening the arms and lifting the elbows off the mat, using the palms to press the weight into the mat and feeling that engage the upper arm, the shoulders, and the back. Leaving the palms and knees where they are, press into the hands, letting the weight come forward over the wrists, still gazing down at the belly. And exhale, gaze to the ceiling, let the tailbone come high and belly drop low, and let that lead you back down towards your child's pose, bum on the heels. Take this a few times at your own pace, inhaling forward, curving out the spine in a cat back, and as you exhale, arching into the back, taking the gaze high, and letting the tailbone lead you back down towards the heels. When you find yourself back in child's pose, take a few more rounds of breath staying here. And then when you're ready, come to a kneeling position on the mat. Bring right leg in front of you, plant the sole of the foot on the mat, and keep that right knee at a right angle. We're taking a King Arthur stretch here. So our left foot is going to kick up towards our bum, and then using the left hand to lead that left foot towards the glute, pulling and feeling a stretch in that quad. If you can, maybe try both hands on the foot. That's a little bit of a balance challenge, so keep the core engaged. Keeping the right hand holding the left foot, take a little twist here. Our left hand comes to the right knee and we twist towards our right side, maybe taking our gaze all the way behind us. Untwist, bringing the gaze back towards the front, and gently release the left foot back down to the mat. Take the bum all the way to sit on the left heel, leaving the right leg extended and folding over that right leg. Using the hands or a strap to pull the chest closer towards the knee and the shin. On an inhale, come forward to low lunge, bending deep into the right knee and leaving the left knee on the mat. Plant the left hand next to the right foot and open up towards the side, stretching right hand up to the sky in a little twist here. Exhale, right hand back down onto the mat on the inside of that bent knee and wiggle the foot till it's on the right edge of your mat in a wider stance in a lizard lunge, reaching the chest forward and letting the hips sink low towards the mat. Exhale to a half split stretch, bringing the weight over the back knee, extending right leg, and staying folded over the front leg. On an inhale, come back to that low lunge, a lizard lunge, reaching the chest forward, sinking the hips towards the mat. Exhale back to your half split, extending the right leg. From here, we're just gonna pivot to our gate pose, facing the long edge of our mat so that our right leg is now extended out towards the side. And we take a big stretch over the top, extending left arm and supporting our weight with our right arm on right leg. Nice side body stretch here. Maybe take the gaze up towards the sky. And then exhaling as we plant the left hand on the mat and reach right arm over the top, taking a stretch the other direction. Now feeling a nice side body stretch along the right side of the body. Inhale as you rise back up to kneeling, pivot to face the top of your mat once more, and switch knees. So taking the left leg out in front of you to a right angle, and taking a King Arthur stretch, reaching back with the right hand to catch the right foot, pulling it towards the glute and feeling that quad stretch, maybe using both hands if you can find that balance, keeping the core engaged. Maybe taking the twist, take right hand to left knee, and glancing back over that left shoulder. Keep the breath nice and even, and on an exhale, release the twist and gently release the foot back down to the floor. Exhale as you sit back on the heel, extending left leg, folding over a straight leg for your hamstring stretch here. Bring the weight forward to your low lunge, planting left foot and bending deep into that knee. Plant right hand next to left foot and reach left hand up to the sky, taking a little dragonfly twist towards the bent knee. Exhale, left hand back down to the mat on the inside of the knee and heel toe that left foot out to the edge of your mat for a lizard lunge, widening the hips a bit and reaching the chest forward. Exhale to your half split, bringing the weight back over the right knee, extending left leg and folding forward. Inhale back to your low lunge, sinking the hips low, reaching the heart forward. Exhale to your half split stretch, extending the left leg, and then pivoting over to the long edge of your mat, opening up to a gate pose stretch. Left leg is extended out to the side. Support your weight with your left arm and reach the right arm up over the top for a side body stretch. Inhale as you rise up through center. Exhale as you plant the right hand on the mat and extend left arm over the top, really opening up the left side. Inhale as you rise back up to kneeling, pivot back to face the top of your mat. We're going to take a downward facing dog, planting the hands about shoulder width apart, tucking the toes under, and then taking the tailbone high. You can leave a bend in the knees as this is our first one of the practice, as we try to extend the spine and sink the chest towards the thighs. Remember to keep your breath even and deep. Long inhales and exhales here. Take 3 or 4 rounds of breath, focusing on pressing the heels towards the mat, extending the hamstrings and the spine. Maybe rise up onto the balls of the feet, stretch, and then exhale as you press the heels down towards the floor. Inhale, right leg high for a 3-legged dog, keeping the legs straight and your hips closed. As we exhale, bring the knee towards your nose, bending as much as you can, bringing it up underneath the torso, and stepping all the way forward in between the hands up to a rocket lunge. So we're sweeping the arms behind us. In a high lunge, our weight is forward on the right leg. Left leg is straight and strong. As we inhale, sweep the arms up high, let the left knee meet the mat for a low lunge. We've been here before. Keep that toe tucked as we're going to spring our weight forward into a warrior 3. Our arms are going to sweep back again as we shoot the weight forward and extend that left leg behind us, creating a long line from top of the head to the left heel. From here, take a Shiva squat, bending left knee behind the right, deep into the bend on the right leg, nice and strong. Take the gaze forward and the chest high, and then step that left leg all the way to the back of the mat, opening up to a warrior 2. So right leg is keeping that nice deep bend, and our shoulders are stacked over the hips, arms extended, gaze over the front hand. Nice and strong in your warrior. Inhale to prepare, and exhale goddess pose. We're bringing hands to heart center and bending deep into both knees. Feet are about 45-degree angles pointed outwards, and sinking the pelvis low between the knees, trying to create right angles with the knees. Inhale back to your warrior 2. Take an exhale here and inhale to reverse your warrior, taking that right hand up to the sky. Left hand can come behind the low back or use for support on the back leg, reaching towards the back of your mat. Exhale, windmill, both hands down to the mat, framing the right foot. Step back to your high plank. Inhale here. Exhale through a chaturanga lower, bringing the weight forward and keeping elbows tucked in as you slowly lower towards the mat. Inhale to upward facing dog, reaching the chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, tuck the toes under and take the tailbone high. Take 3 deep rounds of breath here in your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, take 3-legged dog on the left side. Left leg going high, keeping the hips square down towards the floor. And as you exhale, bend the knee and bring it forward like you'll touch it to your nose, so that foot can step all the way in between the hands, and bring the torso up to your rocket lunge. Weight is forward into the left leg, arms are shooting backwards, lots of energy shooting forwards to the top of the mat. Inhale into your low lunge, sweeping the arms high and lowering the right knee down towards the floor. Hips sink down towards the mat. And then prepare to bring the weight forward, shooting off of that back leg and bringing the arms back behind you to your warrior 3. Our hip bones stay pointed down towards the floor, keeping the hips square. Bringing hands to heart center. Bend deep into both knees, taking your Shiva squat. Right kneecap behind the left knee. Opening up the chest towards the front. And then inhale as you step the right foot towards the back of the mat, opening up to your warrior 2. Arms come out to a T. Left toes are pointed towards the top of the mat, and your right foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Keep that deep bend in the left knee even as the leg gets tired. Inhale to prepare, and exhale to your goddess squat. Hands come to heart center, and our toes are pointed outwards, sinking the hips low between the knees. Inhale, straightening the legs up, and exhale back to your warrior 2. Bending into the left leg, opening up the arms and gaze over the front hand. Flip that left palm up to the sky and take your reverse warrior, reaching it up over the head, arching into the back, reaching towards the back of your mat. Keeping a deep bend in the front knee, windmill the arms down to the mat to frame the foot. Inhale to your high plank. Nice and strong. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Take your 3 rounds of breath here, slowing the heart rate a bit and coming back to your breath. Prepare to take your flow at the pace of your breath. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, rocket lunge. Inhale to your low lunge, lowering the knee. Exhale, warrior 3, shooting the weight forward. Inhale to your Shiva squat, bending deep into the standing leg, hands at heart center. Exhale, warrior 2, opening up to the side. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, goddess, bending deep into both knees. Inhales to straighten. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior, arching into the back. Exhale, take hands to the floor. Inhale, high plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take immediately on the left side. Inhale, left leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step between the hands into your rocket lunge. Inhale, low lunge, lowering the knee. And exhale, shooting forward nice and strong, warrior 3. Inhale, Shiva squat. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, prepare. And exhale, goddess squat. Inhale, straightening up. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale to reverse the warrior, reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to frame the front foot. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take your 3 rounds of breath here. Nice and deep and even. We're going to take this flow one more time on each side. Inhale, right leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee forward into your rocket lunge. Inhale to low lunge. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, Shiva squat. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, prepare. And exhale, goddess. Inhale to straighten up towards the sky. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse the warrior, reaching back. Exhale, windmill the arms to the floor. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bringing forward to your rocket lunge. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, Shiva squat. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale to prepare. And exhale, goddess squat. Nice and deep. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, frame the front foot. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale into your downward facing dog. Take your 3 rounds of breath here. Bring your attention and awareness back to these inhales and exhales. That's where all of this flow comes from. And then slowly bring the knees to the mat. Take them out wide if you would like, and take a child's pose. Sitting the bum back on the heels, resting the head on the mat. As your heart rate comes back down and your breath comes back to its natural rhythm, let that calm the mind and the body. Gently bring the weight forward till you're resting your belly on the mat. Bringing your weight up onto your elbows, bring left hand in front of your chest to support your weight, and reach right hand for right foot, pulling the heel towards the bum for a quad stretch. Release the foot and bring the right knee out from the hip so that we're creating a right angle with that knee, and let the chest rest on the mat for a half frog. Gently replace the right leg onto your mat. Come up to your elbows and reach the left hand back for left foot for a quad stretch on the other side. Carefully release the stretch, letting the foot come down to the mat, and left knee come out from the hip at a right angle. Bend that knee and let the chest rest on the mat. Slowly and carefully release your frog pose. Coming back to the tummy, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to take one last upward facing dog as we stretch the front body, pressing into the palms, lifting up either to the hip bones or lifting the hips off the mat, and taking the gaze up to the sky, straightening the arms, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, really opening up the front body and the heart. Exhale when you're ready to bring the chest back down towards the mat, and then roll onto your back. Hug the knees in towards the chest, and then keep a hold of the shins as you spread the knees and pull the kneecaps towards your armpits, feeling a release in the hips here, trying to keep your spine on the floor nice and long. Maybe close off the eyes. Let the knees come together, and then release your hold on them as you let the kneecaps draw circles on the ceiling. So taking big circles to the right, keeping the knees glued together, and then taking 3 or 4 circles the other direction, drawing circles like the kneecaps are pencil points. Extending the legs and taking the soles of the feet to the ceiling in a waterfall pose. We're going to keep this position and rock the feet left to right through center, just about 6 inches this way and then the other, using the abdominals to pull the feet back towards center each time you sway to one side and then the other. Using this to fire up the core, take 8 or 10 times each side. And then bend the knees so that the shins are parallel to the mat. Alternate tapping one toe to the mat and bringing it back to your start position. Left and then right, one at a time. Keeping the core engaged, the lower abdominals, and keeping the lower back on the mat. If you find that you start to feel an arch in the back, don't lower that toe all the way to the floor. Just go as far as you can before that lift starts to happen, and then bring the knee back up. Take about 8 on each side. Extend the legs back to your waterfall pose and take 15 reaches towards your toes. So we want to lift the shoulder blades off the mat using our upper abdominals this time up close to our rib cage to lift and try and touch the toes 15 times, keeping the legs nice and long and keeping that core switched on, exhaling as you reach and inhaling as you lay back down. Go ahead and hug the knees into the chest, relaxing the abdominals, taking a few breaths here. We're going to take those 3 exercises for one more round. Take a breath. And then we'll begin back with our waterfall TikToks side to side, taking about 20. Bend the knees and keep the shins parallel to the mat, taking your tiptoes, tapping one toe then the other. Sometimes it helps to place a hand on those lower abdominals to make sure they're nice and strong and firm, and to keep that lower back on the mat. When you've done 8 or 10 on each side, come back to your waterfall reaches, lifting the shoulder blades up off the mat to reach for those toes, exhaling up and inhaling down. Go ahead and hug those knees into the chest. Deep breaths here, close off the eyes and relax. You've done amazing. Squeeze everything in tight one last time before relaxing all the limbs down onto the mat and preparing for your shavasana, a well-deserved shavasana. I encourage you to close off the eyes and relax here for as long as you have time for. This is the chance for your body to reap all the wonderful benefits from our yoga practice today. Practicing the physical poses, the asana, is just one small part of yoga. And after we've moved around and made all these different shapes, this is a chance for our body to be completely still and to hopefully find some stillness in the mind as well. Thank you so much for flowing with me today. I'll see you next time. The light in me honors and respects the light in each of you. Namaste.